Crumble Cookie put out their Dubai chocolate cheesecake. The little guy has the chocolate cheesecake, then you have the pistachio cream and Gaddafi crunchiness, and then a little boop dollop of whipped cream. And we left Crumble Cookie, and me and the wife, and there was a Target nearby. And it's like, all right, well, we'll go to Target. We got to pick up a few things anyways. And sure enough, every single time I go into Target, I need to go to the bathroom. Walk up to the bathrooms right up front by the entrance. The men's is blocked off, saying go to the bathroom in the pharmacy section. So I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. So I make it to the pharmacy bathroom, right? And there's only one bathroom in the pharmacy. It's a family bathroom, meaning anybody could go in there and what have you. So nothing. The door is locked. Somebody is in there. Okay, there's a bench right outside. So I sit down on the bench. And usually, if I am in the bathroom, in a public bathroom, and I am kind of like maybe doing my duty, but I'm also playing on my phone, and I hear the door, be like, okay, yeah, I've probably been here enough. I need to finish up and get out of here. I'm on borrowed time now. So I sit there and I'm waiting by this door that's shut, and somebody's in there. And I hear like something happening. I hear some jingling, some jangling of some keys. I hear some, movement, some paper towels being pulled from the dispenser, all this kind of stuff. And I'm just like, all right, cool. He's almost done. And then I'm looking at the door. Nothing. Nothing. In the meantime, some other dudes that need to use the bathroom as well come by. Hey, you waiting for the bathroom too? No, I'm just sitting here right next to the bathroom door because I like to hear people go poop, you know. So, yeah, no, I'm waiting for the bathroom too, bro. And they leave, and then a group of teenagers come by too, and they're like, "Hey, you going in here? Is this unlocked?" No, I'm waiting too. Okay, they go off. I swear to God, 15 minutes pass, and within this 15 minutes, I'm still hearing more rustling happening, some keys jangling, a sink turning on and off. I hear more paper towels. I hear the toilet seat slam down and get back up, and like, what does this person do? He must be going through it if he's just got a massive turd that it's just, he's going through it. Let's just say that. Finally, the door opens up, and it's this scrawny homie wearing like the tightest girl pants, like he was emo or something. And he was a worker at Target. The door opens up, doesn't even look down. He's like bursts out and just walks really fast, just jolts right out of the bathroom and just goes back to wherever he needs to work. And I'm just like, okay. I didn't want to smell him as soon as he walked past because he probably smelled horrible with being in the bathroom that long. And he did. He did smell horrible, but it wasn't for the reason that you would think. He smelled like dank weed. And I'm like, okay, so I've been sitting here holding this in for so long because I really needed to go. Like, I was in agony waiting to get in the bathroom. And you're meaning to tell me that this girl pants wearing tight pants dude was in there the whole time just blazing up, probably on the clock at Target? And that's what it is, because I go in there. He didn't wash his hands. You'd hear the sink going on in there. He didn't wash his hands. Like, he just burst right out of there. There was a few times while I was waiting too, I'd go up, pull on the door handle just to like, hey, let him know, hey, someone's still out here waiting. He bursts out of there. I go in. There are paper towels just thrown everywhere. Now, you would think if you work there, you'd be like, oh, maybe I should pick this up and put it. No, it's just paper towels are everywhere. The place is a mess. And I go to the toilet, And the toilet seat has two shoe print markings on it. And I'm like, okay, that's weird, but I look up at the ceiling right above the toilet, and there is a vent that is sucking the air in and out of the bathroom, the restroom. Okay, that's what this guy was doing the whole time. For 20 plus minutes, probably longer before I even got there, he was standing on the toilet seat, smoking and blowing it up in the vent so it wasn't like making too much of a smell in the bathroom. Like, and I knew what it was because the bathroom, it smelled faintly of dirt weed. Like, it wasn't full on, smoke box style, but you could tell that that's what he was doing. It's such an inconvenience. Like, I don't care what you do in your off time, but when it becomes that big of a problem that you have to do it at work and you inconvenience others, that's when there's a problem. Some people treat it as if it's like a teddy bear or something. Like they can't operate without it. And if you are one of those people, I do feel bad for you, but you should get that taken care of. Like, you should never let a substance ruin or run your life. Like, I drink coffee, That's the one thing, but I could easily, if someone told me, hey, you can't drink coffee the rest of your life, I'd just be like, okay, all right. I love coffee, but if it's going to ruin me or get in the way of other people's, if their bladder's gonna explode because I just absolutely need to have coffee, somehow, some way that will happen, okay. It kind of does to some people. Like, it runs their life. Like, they can't operate without it, and it's sad. Later on throughout this Target trip, after I did the business that I needed to do in the restroom, I did see the guy later on. He was stocking shelves with this girl. He looked pathetic. But anyways, I was thinking about the first time I said no to drugs. Not the first time I ever did any, because I never did. I don't think I'm perfect or amazing for that. It's just me personally, I never felt like I needed to do any. It was hard enough to even afford paying for gas for my car or buying McDonald's occasionally for myself, let alone have a habit that I needed to pay for weekly or daily or whatever. So I was just like, I'm too poor to get hooked on anything. Plus, I was always afraid of like what it would do with my brain if it would change me, because I'd be like, I like me. Why do I want to change me? But anyways, I've had so many friends, that do it, and they're like, oh, you change your life, man, and make you see things in a whole different light. I'm like, I don't know. I'm already pretty out there. I don't think I need anything else to make me see the world for what it is. I see enough ugliness and horribleness already. I don't think I need to have my third eye wiped clean. I think reality does that enough already. So the first time I said no to drugs, I was sophomore in high school. It was one of those days where I had like a half a day off. Like, everybody had half the day off, but they still had to stay on campus. Like, the classes weren't in session, but you had to stay and report to your final room at the end of the day. So we had like a block of like 2 hours off. And the campus that I was on, like, it wasn't connected in one building. Like, one main building here, then there'd be, the M building, the N building, the library, the cafeteria. You had this open courtyard and all this stuff. And outside of this campus, you could kind of walk down trails and stuff like that, and you'd be out in the woods. So it was me and two buddies of mine that I knew since elementary school. And they're like, hey, come on, man, come with us. I'm like, all right, whatever. We started walking down the trails, and we got to this wooded area. One of them threw their backpack open, and they had like this whole kit. Like, it was like if they put their brain power to something else, it would have been pretty impressive. I mean, this was, I guess, impressive for a dirt ball standards, but they had like Visine, they had Axe body spray. Now we're talking 2003, all right? So Axe body spray was the thing. Visine, for your eyes, Axe body spray for the smell. A buddy of mine, the other buddy, had like cigarettes, a pack of cigarettes, and he started letting out all the tobacco out of the cigarette, pulled the filter off, and he was using the paper because they didn't have that many papers. I think it was just enough for the one guy, now that I think about it. Because, yeah, why would he have cigarettes other than needing the paper for it? So that's what he used the paper for, and then they started filling it up with this dirt, basically, to smoke. I just thought it was weird because it was the first time I saw my friends in that light. Like, I heard them talking about they did it, but, like, actually seeing it, like, it was such an adult thing, seeing my friends, like, yeah, they're, like, taking it very seriously. Like, yeah, 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 yeah. And I was just watching, I was almost cracking up because I was like, look at you guys. You've grown up so much. You guys matured so much. This is wild. It's blowing my mind. It's and it wasn't like an amazement, like, wow, that's so cool, but it was just more of like ridiculous, like stupid looking kind of thing. The one guy was like, "Hey, is this your first time? Is this your first time doing drugs? All right, cool." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not." And they tried to pass it to me. I was like, "Nah, man, that's all you, dude." And so I was just kind of standing there looking at him, and the one friend came up and he inhaled and then he blew some in my face, and I was just like, okay, all right, man, this is really gonna make me see things in a whole new light, man. My mind is just completely blown, and I'm like, whoa, crazy. And so I remember walking back from that and going back to school, and we went to the library. And when we were walking into the library, the sun was on my head, and I was like getting paranoid as hell because I saw them doing the Visine, putting clearing their eyes out and with the Axe body spray. And I'm like, man, that sun is really bright on my head, and I felt like my head was like getting really hot. And I was thinking, is this what a secondhand kind of effect that dirt weed would do to me? If that's already what's happening, like, I don't need, maybe I was super sensitive. So maybe that's another thing that freaked me out too. It's like, what if I actually ever did do that stuff? I would just be too paranoid. But anyways, we get into the library and I just start reading the dictionary because I think I was like being too anxious and paranoid to even, try to play it cool. So I'd be like, all right, I'm just gonna read the dictionary. One of my friends that I came back with was like, man, you are so high. And I'm like, no, I'm just paranoid. I'm like, if that's the stuff that's supposed to chill you out, it's not helping me. Yeah, so that was the first time I did not do drugs. And ever since then, I think people have always known my stance on it, so they won't even mess with me about that. But every once in a while, I'll be like, hey, man, you should try it. I'm like, hey, man, no, I won't.